So to start, you're going to have teams of 4 or 5 players, and we have 4 teams here, and each team is going to get a hula hoop. They have to put the hula hoop in their hands, so at least one hand on the hoop for all players. They're going to be working together, moving around as a group, as a team. And in the middle, you're going to place down a whole bunch of balls. We're going to use foam balls, and they can all be the same color, or if you have different colors, you can give each color a different point value if you want, but you don't have to. And essentially, it's a big race to see which team can collect the most and to be the winning team if they have the most balls or the most points. And so on the whistle, they'd all go, and they can only collect one at a time. However, and there's a special way they do it to make it easy. We're just going to look at the red team here, and so they've gone on the go whistle. They've traveled together, and they've gotten a ball. When they get it, they can only use their feet. So little passes, little kicks by using their feet to bring it back and put it into their area. And then they'd go and continue on and go get another ball. And so it's a very easy idea. They'd again move back. The only other thing you might want to do is add a collection hula hoop. So maybe a second hoop that they can collect things or their balls in and place them there. So to start, you'll split the gym into a few areas. And one of those areas is the danger land. There are going to be earthquakes and volcanoes, fire and dinosaurs, all types of those things you can explain. And that's the land that the players in their teams are going to start on. And across from there is going to be the fun land, which is a pleasant place to be, and that's their goal, is to try and get all the players there. It's not going to be so easy because in the middle, this is the water, this is the sea, so players have to get across the water. Now there are islands, these are the mats, and those are islands, can be a little pit stop along the way, and each group gets a boat, and those are the scooters, and then each group also gets a rope, could be some sort of a skipping rope or whatever kind of rope if you have a stronger one, and the players are going to work together to figure out how they're going to get all players across the water from Dangerland to Funland without touching the water at all. So they're not allowed, if they touch the water, they go back to the beginning. And it's up to them to brainstorm and problem solve and work together to figure out the right way to get across. So to start, you'll place down cones as markers for the teams, and one player from each team is going to start at one of the cones with the hula hoop, and they're going to be across and facing their team members at the other cone. So basically there are 4 teams here, and you can have as many teams as you'd like depending on the number of players you have. We're just going to look at one group to make this simple to explain how this works. So on the whistle, the player with the hula hoop is going to travel across, run across, and rescue their team member, the first one in line, and they rescue them by placing the hula hoop over them, and then they have to bring that player back, still have to hold on to the hula hoop, and run working together to get back to the other side. Now the player who was rescued now becomes the rescuer. So they grab the hula hoop and they go across and save the next person. So they rescue the next person in line and again have to travel back and so on and so forth. Now you have to be careful when they're bringing somebody back in the hula hoop. So once the hula hoop goes over that player, and make sure that the hula hoop's not too low or anything, because if it's too low they could trip over it. So just hold it nicely over and back and forth, rescuing until all the players have been rescued. Now when all the players have been rescued, it's not over just yet. So all the players have made it back. Now what they have to do is they have to quickly make a nice line, and they have to pass that hula hoop, or first they'll link up as a chain, so holding hands, and they've got to get that hula hoop. Basically, their bodies have to go through the hula hoop from one side to the other, kind of like the chain hula hoop game. And that hula hoop's got to go from one side to the other, and then they're finished. So the team who can do that, complete that first, they will win a point, and you can play another round, or however, whatever system you'd like to use. So to start, you're going to place down hula hoops. They don't have to be the different colors, but if you have different colors, that's great. And you're going to place down cones, one for each team that you have. In this example, we have 6 teams, and each team is a pair of students, and they're going to start off at the cone, and you're going to give each pair of students a pair of skipping ropes, and that's kind of the setup. And basically, the pairs are going to go around. It's a race to try and see who can scoop up as many hoops as possible. We're going to look at just one group as an example. You can imagine everybody's going to be doing the same thing on the go or the whistle. So they're going to start and they're going to run or walk, whatever, get to a hoop and try and scoop it up by sliding or sneaking the skipping rope underneath the hoop to pick it up. Once they've picked it up, they're going to try and transport it without it falling, work together, and communicate all that kind of fun stuff to drop the hoop to get one point there, and continue on and collect as many as possible before the round is over. Obviously, the round ends when the last hoop has been collected, and so they've gotten the second one here. They're still working together, getting to a third one, and sneaking underneath it. That's always the hard part, to get that rope underneath to pick it up and bring it back. Now, when they're bringing it back, if the hoop falls off, which it will, then they just simply stop and they retry, get those ropes underneath without using their hands or feet or anything. They have to just work together. Once the round is over, so we've seen it's over here, all the players go back and we tally it up. Looks like pink team has won with the most. And not just that, you can also have, if you have different color hoops, you can have them worth different points, 1, 2, 3 points, depending what color, and then add them up. So they do a quick little math here, and pink also won even in the end of that one. So to start, you're going to have your players. You can have as many or as few students as you want. You can do this with the whole class in one big line. And the first version is a very easy version. It's great for the younger students. And so they're going to be standing with their backs towards the wall, and they're going to have a ball. One ball starts at the first person in line, and the idea is they're going to be passing that ball along. And as they're passing the ball along, the player who just passed it needs to become the new leader. And so as the ball moves down, so do the players, and there's also always a new leader. And the idea is to try and make it all the way across the 4 walls and back to the starting point. So that's the first version. Second version is a more medium difficulty version, the wall sit version. So they're going to do the wall sit. Actually, it's a little bit more difficult than medium, but anyways. First person in line again is going to get the ball. They're all doing the wall sit, and they're going to pass that ball down. And as they're doing the wall sit, again, same thing. They're going to pass that ball, become new leader after once they've passed it, so on and so forth. They might try to go faster because the wall sit is a little bit tricky to do for any length of time, as you might know. And the last version, this is the most difficult version. This is the feet up version, and so it's a hard version. You're going to have to lay on their backs, put their feet up against the wall, and you're going to introduce an exercise ball, and they're going to be doing the same thing, passing that. Now it's a little bit more tricky, so it's going to go slower, and they have to have patience and cooperation, of course, all the things that you want when you're doing a teamwork or team building game. And you can do these things as whole class challenge, which we just saw. You could also have two teams facing off against each other. If you do so, then maybe have them start in different corners. You can have more than two teams too. And then you can also have beat your best time. So that's what we do. We just, first time around, the whole class works together to get around the gym, and then they try and beat their time, which they usually do the second time around. And that's it for this idea. If you've enjoyed this game, please subscribe for more games.